Principles of Management. Study Session 1. Definitions, Nature, and Concepts of Management. Introduction. In this study, you will learn the meaning, scope, purpose of management, responsibilities of a manager, and the concepts of management in profit and non-profit organizations. Meaning of management. Management is a conscious practice of shaping the organization to achieve its set goal and objectives. In other words, it is the process of working with people and resources to accomplish organizational goals in an effective and efficient manner. The four traditional management principles include planning, organizing, leading, controlling. The scope of management. Management is applicable to both business and non-business organizations alike, such as banks, factories, hospitals, as well as churches, mosques, orphanages. This and many more, including one's personal affairs, need to be managed. The purpose of management. The basic purpose of any form of management in organizations is to achieve corporate set goals and objectives in an effective and efficient manner. Who is a manager? A manager is one who has the responsibility to plan, organize, lead and control its available resources effectively and efficiently in order to achieve the organizational purpose. Resources here include man, machine, money, time, information. A manager, whether in a big or small corporation, must know that he or she is in a competitive struggle to survive and win. A manager must manage for competitive advantage, and in order to succeed as a manager in this ever dynamic and complex environment of business, he or she must deliver innovation, quality, service, speed, and competitiveness. The concepts of management in profit and non-profit organizations. Management is essential in all organizations, profit or non-profit organizations. Management principles are the same all over the world. It is a universal concept with its basic functions of planning, organizing, leading, and controlling. Management is a universal concept applied in organizations that have people working together with a structure and that harness its scarce resources in order to accomplish its corporate goals. So in either form of organization, the concept of management is the same. Management is about achieving results, not just profit. Summary of Study Session 1. In this study session, please note the following. 1. Management is a conscious practice of shaping the organization to achieve its set goal and objectives. Management is applicable to both business and non-business organizations. 2. A manager is one who has the responsibility to plan, organize, lead and control its available resources effectively and efficiently in order to achieve the organizational purpose. 3. Management is essential in all organizations, profit or non-profit organizations. Management principles are the same all over the world. It is a universal concept with its basic functions of planning, organizing, leading, and controlling. Study Session 2. Evolution of Management. Introduction. In this study, you will learn about the pre-scientific management, scientific management, and administrative management school. Also you will learn the theory of bureaucracy, human relations, system management, and contingency school. Pre-scientific management school. James Watt and Matthew Robinson Bolton. The pioneers of the pre-scientific management approach were James Watt and Matthew Robinson Bolton, who invented and developed the steam engine. They were brothers who took over the management of Soho Engineering Foundry in Britain, founded in 1796. Watt was in charge of organization and administration, while Bolton was responsible for sales and commercial activities. In the area of accounting, they developed detailed statistical records and advanced control systems where they could calculate the cost and profits for each machine manufactured. In the area of personnel, they developed training and development programs, work study, and payment by results based on work study. Charles Babbage. Charles Babbage, a professor and scientist, is known for the invention of the mechanical calculator, which he called a different machine. He argued for several things, some of which include the need for mutuality of interest between the worker and the owner of the factories, a profit-sharing system in which the workers would have a part in the profitability of the company, workers should get fixed pay plus bonuses for suggestions they make to improve productivity. Henry Varnum Poor. Henry Varnum Poor made contributions due to the ineffective railway management of the American railroad system. He saw the need for a clear organizational structure in management, a good communication system, and the need for a set of operating reports summarizing costs, revenues, and rates. This period ended with the recognition of the need for developing better ways of managing. Scientific Management School. Frederick Winslow Taylor. Frederick Winslow Taylor is acknowledged as the father of scientific management, as no other person has had a greater impact on the development of management. His experiences as an apprentice, a common laborer, a foreman, a master mechanic and then the chief engineer of a steel company gave Taylor ample opportunity to know at firsthand the problems and attitudes of workers and to see great opportunities for improving the quality of management. The fundamental principles that Taylor saw underlying the scientific approach to management are: 1. Replacing rules of thumb with science, that is the development of a true science of management. 2. Scientific selection of workers. 3. Scientific education and development of workers, that is, workers should be systematically trained to use the best method determined by management. 4. Working for maximum output rather than restricted output. 5. Developing all workers to the fullest extent possible for their own and their company's highest prosperity. Henry L. Gantt. Some other proponents of the scientific school are Henry L. Gantt and Frank and Lillian Gilbreth. Gantt, a mechanical engineer like Taylor, was best known for his development of graphic methods of depicting plans and making possible better managerial control. He emphasized the importance of time as well as cost in planning and controlling work. He introduced the famous Gantt chart, which is still in use today, was also the forerunner of the modern technique, the program evaluation review technique. Frank and Lillian Gilbreth. The couple Frank and Lillian Gilbreth made their contributions independent of each other. Frank, who dropped out of the university to become a bricklayer, was interested in wasted motions in work. He reduced the number of bricklaying motions from 18 to 5 with no greater expenditure of effort. After his death, the wife Lillian Gilbreth, the widely acclaimed First Lady of Management, grew interested in the human aspect of work, searching for the best way of doing a given task. Administrative Management School. Henri Fayol. Henri Fayol, the French industrialist, who is regarded as the father of modern management, is the proponent of this school. Fayol wrote as the practical man of business, reflecting on his long managerial career and setting down principles he had observed. He developed certain activities of an industrial undertaking which could be grouped into 6: technical activities, commercial activities, financial activities, security activities, accounting activities, and managerial activities. In concluding, Fayol stated that this list is not exhaustive but only meant to describe those he had most occasions to use. Theory of bureaucracy. This theory was developed by Max Weber, a German sociologist who stressed the need for a strictly defined hierarchy governed by clear rules and regulations and lines of authority. His aim was to identify an ideal organization. He considered an ideal organization to be a bureaucracy whose activities and objectives were rationally thought out, efficient, and whose division of labor was explicitly spelled out. Human Relations School. The school aimed at understanding how psychological and social processes interact with the work situation to influence performance. This was the first school to emphasize the informal work relationship and worker satisfaction. The Western Electric Company in the United States of America brought about the Hawthorne experiments that gave a significant boost to the Human Relations School. System Management School. The classical approaches were criticized because they ignored the relationship between the organization and the environment in which the organization operates, and were criticized for stressing only an aspect of the organization or the employees without considering other aspects. Contingency School. Building on the systems theory ideas, the contingency school refutes the universal principles of management by stating that a variety of factors both internal and external to the firm may affect the organization's performance. This theory has been described by Luthans as a path out of the jungle. This theory postulates that there is no the best way to manage and organize as circumstances vary in organizations. Summary of Study Session 2. In Study Session 2, please note the following. 1. The pioneers of the pre-scientific management approach were James Watt and Matthew Robinson Bolton. They came up with some managerial techniques and ideas in the area of accounting. Other pre-scientific contributors include Robert Owen, an industrialist, who improved working conditions in the factory. Charles Babbage also argued the need for mutuality of interest between the worker and the owner of the factories. Henry Varnum Poor made contributions as he saw the need for a clear organizational structure in management, good communication system. 2. Frederick Winslow Taylor is acknowledged as the father of scientific management, as no other person has had a greater impact on the development of management. Some other proponents of the scientific school are Henry L. Gantt and Frank and Lillian Gilbreth. 3. Henri Fayol, the French industrialist, who is regarded as the father of modern management, is the proponent of this school. Fayol wrote as the practical man of business, reflecting on his long managerial career and setting down principles he had observed. 4. Theory of bureaucracy was developed by Max Weber, a German sociologist, 1864–1920, which stressed the need for a strictly defined hierarchy governed by clear rules and regulations and lines of authority. 5. Human Relations School is aimed at understanding how psychological and social processes interact with the work situation to influence performance. This was the first school to emphasize the informal work relationship and worker satisfaction. 6. The organization is a system with several subsystems, for example other departments such as marketing, operations, research, working together. The system approach emphasizes the concept of equifinality that states that a system can reach the same final state from different initial conditions and in different ways. 7. The contingency school was built on the systems theory ideas. The contingency school refutes the universal principles of management by stating that a variety of factors both internal and external to the firm may affect the organization's performance. Study Session 3. Environment of Management. Introduction. Management does not operate in a vacuum, but rather management operates in a multifaceted environment which itself is subject to a large measure of change. In this study, you will learn about the economic environment of management, its importance, and the difference between the task and general environment of business. Meaning of the environment of management. Organizations are open systems that receive inputs from their environment, and the environment, in turn, absorbs the output of the same organization. The organization operates in a complex and dynamic environment in which it has little or no control over some factors that can affect its operations. The environment is said to be dynamic or volatile or flux fluid. A manager must have the ability to respond and adapt to environmental changes from time to time. The environment of management is affected by several factors, some of which include political, economic, social, technological, legal, ecological, and demographic factors. Effective economic environment on business in Nigeria. Presently the economic environment of business is characterized by the high foreign exchange rate, double digits inflation, and high level of unemployment, the poor state of infrastructure, low capacity utilization rate, low competition, and monetary and fiscal policies that are yet to be beneficial to businesses in Nigeria. In such an environment, businesses in Nigeria still thrive to survive in the long run. Some of them liquidate, while some others remain making little or no profit. The indices of the economic environment affecting businesses in Nigeria are by no means exhaustive, but it describes the experiences and challenges of businesses in Nigeria. Importance of the environment of management to the business. Firstly, the environment of management to the business is the source of all inputs the business need for successful operations. Secondly, the environment of management to the business absorbs all the outputs of the business, that is, the external absorb the output of the business. Thirdly, change is a constant phenomenon, hence the environment of management of the business is the source of all changes. Difference between task and general environment of business. The direct action environment is made up of elements, groups, or stakeholders that interacts often with the business enterprises and have a direct impact on the operations of the firm, as the firm also directly or indirectly affects the stakeholders in the pursuit of its goals. The task environment comprises stakeholders who could be divided into two, internal and external stakeholders. Internal stakeholders comprise employees, shareholders, and the board of directors, while the external stakeholders comprise unions, suppliers, competitors, customers, special interest groups, and government agencies. International environment of business. The international environment of business cuts across national boundaries to other countries, and it includes the whole set of political, economic, social, technological, legal, ecological and demographic, and other external factors of the countries involved. The international environment of business is affected generally by those aforementioned factors, and any business engaging in business across its national borders will be affected by those factors, which will have both direct and indirect impacts on the operations of the firm. Environmental scanning. To understand and predict changes, opportunities and threats, organizations spend their resources in monitoring the environment. Environmental scanning is the process of monitoring and analyzing the environment of a business for signals of changes that occur. It monitors trends and events, and searching out information that is unavailable to most people, and sorts such information to keep what is important and discard what is not important. Summary of Study Session 3. In this study session, please note the following. 1. Organizations are open systems that receive inputs from their environment, and the environment, in turn, absorbs the output of the same organization. 2. The economic environment of business is characterized by the high foreign exchange rate, double digits inflation, high level of unemployment, the poor state of infrastructure, low capacity utilization rate, low competition, and monetary and fiscal policies that are yet to be beneficial to businesses in Nigeria. 3. Organization as an open system interacts with the environment constantly and in doing so provides the importance of the environment of management to business. 4. The task environment of business, also known as the operating environment or the direct action environment, is made up of elements, groups, or stakeholders that interacts often with the business enterprises and have a direct impact on the operations of the firm, as the firm also directly or indirectly affect the stakeholders in the pursuit of its goals. 5. The international environment of business cuts across national boundaries to other countries, and it includes the whole set of political, economic, social, technological, legal, ecological and demographic, and other external factors of the countries involved. 6. To understand and predict changes, opportunities and threats, organizations spend their resources in monitoring the environment. Study Session 4. Organizations' Coping Strategy with the Changing Environment. Introduction. Organizations have to adapt to the different changing environments because of different factors in the environment. In this study, you will learn about the internal and external strategies in coping with the changing environment. Internal strategies. Below are briefed on some of the strategies that organizations can put in place to reduce the risks. 1. Domain choice. 2. Environmental scanning. 3. Environmental forecasting. 4. Planning. 5. Bargaining. 6. Acquiring core competency through appointment. 7. Flexible processes. 8. Smoothing. 9. Rationing. 10. Strategizing. External strategies. Some of the external strategies include: 1. Advertising and other forms of promotion. 2. Contracting. 3. Lobbying. Summary of Study Session 4. In this study session, please note the following. 1. Due to the emerging or anticipated changes or uncertainties occurring in the environment of a business, some of the strategies that organizations can put in place to reduce the risks are domain choice, environmental scanning, environmental forecasting, planning, bargaining, acquiring core competency through appointment, buffering, flexible processes, smoothing. 2. Rather than adapting the operations of the business to emerging and anticipated environmental changes, external strategies involve influencing the environment in the company's favor. Some of the external strategies include advertising and other forms of promotion, contracting, lobbying. Study Session 5. Ethics and Social Responsibility. Introduction. Have you seen what organizations do around you do things to improve your environment? The organization has an obligation towards the welfare and interests of the society in which it operates. In this study, you will learn ethics, ethical systems, determinants and fundamental principles of business ethics, ethics program, and corporate social responsibility. Ethics. It is the science of morals that is concerned with human character and conduct. It is a study of how our decisions affect others. It is the study of people's rights and duties, the moral rules applied by people in making decisions, and the nature of the relationship among the people. It is expected that the ethical climate of the organization in which decisions are evaluated and made be on the basis of what is right or wrong. Ethical systems. Various ethical systems exist, some of which include: 1. Universalism. 2. Egoism. 3. Utilitarianism. 4. Relativism. Determinants and fundamental principles of business ethics. As individuals, our behaviors are shaped by certain factors which make us behave ethically or unethically today. Some of the factors include the family, peer influence, personal experiences, values, institutional or organizational affiliations, the law and other situational factors. To guide managers and businesses with respect to ethical responsibilities, certain principles have been put forward. They include: 1. Principle of rationality. 2. Principle of solidarity. 3. Principle of fairness or impartiality. 4. Principle of efficiency. 5. Principle of refraining. Ethics program. Ethical programs range from compliance-based ethics programs to integrity-based ethics programs. 1. Compliance-based ethics programs are designed by corporate counsel to prevent, detect and punish legal violations. 2. The integrity-based ethics program goes beyond the avoidance of illegality. Corporate social responsibility. It is the social imperativeness and social consequences of business success and consists broadly of policies and practices that reflect business responsibility for some wider societal good. These policies and practices lie at the discretion of the organization. Views on corporate social responsibility. There are two divergent views on the issue of corporate social responsibility. The first holds that managers act as agents for shareholders and as such are obligated to maximize the present value of the firm, that is to increase profits while conforming to society's laws and ethical customs. The other perspective, different from the profit maximization perspective, is that managers should be motivated by moral reasoning, that is, they should go beyond the production of goods and services at a profit and actively be responsible and participate in the community and larger environment. A cadre of social responsibility. Social responsibilities can be categorized into four cadres. 1. Economic responsibilities. 2. Legal responsibilities. 3. Ethical responsibilities. 4. Philanthropic responsibilities. Summary of Study Session 5. In this study session, please note the following. 1. Ethics is the science of morals that is concerned with human character and conduct. It is a study of how our decisions affect others. It is the study of people's rights and duties, the moral rules applied by people in making decisions, and the nature of the relationship among the people. 2. Various ethical systems exist, some of which include universalism, egoism, utilitarianism, and relativism. 3. As individuals, our behaviors are shaped by certain factors which make us behave ethically or unethically today. Some of the factors include the family, peer influence, personal experiences, values, institutional or organizational affiliations, the law, and other situational factors. 4. Ethics program. Our corporate ethics program that commonly includes formal ethics codes that articulate the company's expectation regarding ethics, ethics committees that develop policies, evaluate sanctions, and investigate violations. 5. Corporate social responsibility is the obligation towards the society assumed by the business. Study Session 6. Planning. Introduction. Planning is futuristic in nature. In this study, you will learn definitions of planning, importance of planning to corporate organizations, types of plans, steps involved in the planning process, basic considerations in planning, forecasting techniques and obstacles to effective planning. Definition and importance of planning. According to Bateman and Snell, planning is the conscious, systematic process of making decisions about goals and activities that an individual, group, work unit, or organization will pursue in the future. Planning is deciding in advance what to do, how to do it, when to do it, and who is to do it. Importance of planning. The benefits of planning as articulated by them include: 1. Planning symbolizes legitimacy for the existence of a business organization to external audiences such as investors, customers and suppliers. 2. Planning is a source of motivation, commitment and identification for the employees as it reduces uncertainties and clarifies what to be done. 3. A plan guides employees' actions and ensures standardization of outputs. 4. It provides rationale for decisions and aligns decision made at the lower level with those at the top level. 5. It minimizes guesswork, hasty judgments and haphazard decisions. 6. It enhances popular participation among executives, reduces friction and ensures they all pull in the same direction without working at cross-purpose. 7. It improves effective communication. Types of plans. 1. Strategic plans. 2. Tactical plans. 3. Operational plans. Other forms of operational plans are: 1. Single-use plans. 2. Standing plans. Steps in planning. According to Bateman and Snell, there are several steps to planning. 1. Establishment of mission, vision and goals. 2. Analysis of external opportunities and threats. 3. Analyses of internal strength and weaknesses. 4. Formulation of strategy. 5. Implementation. 6. Control. Basic consideration in planning. 1. Evaluation of present conditions. 2. The time factor. 3. Forecasting. 4. Collection and analysis of data. 5. The coordination of plans. Forecasting techniques for effective planning. Common popular forecasting techniques tools are: 1. Linear programming. 2. Network analysis. 3. Waiting line or queuing model. 4. Capital budgeting. 5. Regression and correlation analysis. 6. Exponential smoothing. Obstacles to effective planning. The obstacles as highlighted by Osamonye and Igbinosa are: 1. Cost of planning. 2. Resistance to change. 3. Inappropriate goals. 4. Improper reward system. 5. Lack of reliable data. Summary of Study Session 6. In this study session, please note the following. 1. Planning is deciding in advance what to do, how to do it, when to do it, and who is to do it. Organizations stand to gain tremendously by engaging in formal planning. 2. There are different types of plans. These include strategic plan, tactical plan, and operational plan. 3. There are several steps to planning. Establishment of mission, vision, and goals. Analysis of external opportunities and threats. 4. There are considerations that are fundamental in the planning process. Evaluation of present conditions. The time factor. Forecasting. 5 common popular forecasting techniques tools are: linear programming, network analysis, exponential smoothing,